Hey guys, it's Thunder. Just wanted to step in here before the beginning of the episode. So these first 8 or 9, I'm not quite sure because I'm not done editing all of them, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to throw a couple of them away due to audio issues with our old setup. But these first episodes of Almost Fancy is sort of like a prototype, like the season 0. Um, a lot of them were recorded over a year ago. Actually, all of them were recorded over a year ago. Um, so some of the things we say might sound a little weird. Like I mentioned Fortnite at one point. Fortnite was a very different video game a year and a half ago. I think these were recorded around the time that Last Jedi was coming out, to put it into perspective. So these first couple episodes are a little raw. We've gotten way better at let's playing and podcasting and having personalities on air and stuff like that since then. So the 9th episode, or like the 8th or whatever it ends up being after I figure out what season 0 is going to look like, are going to be so much better. We're going to have more guests. We're going to have new bits. We've at this point we've solidified all the rules that I guess you don't even know yet because I'm putting this before the first episode. But yeah, I just wanted to get in here, and I think I'm going to put this little intro before the entirety of season 0. So when you don't hear this intro, just know that you've reached the beginning of the new era. But yeah, I just wanted to hop in here before the episode and let you guys know that. I hope you enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun making these, and I really hope we can make more and make these something special. All right, take care, guys. All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Almost Fancy, episode 2, Thunder and Lightning podcast. I'm Thunder.
And I guess I am Lightning.
And, as we promised, we have a special guest with us today. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name's Matt. I'm just hanging out here.
I don't know if you wanted me to say this. If you don't, I'll cut it out. But Matt is Chris's cousin.
I am. No, that's totally cool. No,
Yeah.
I'm Chris's cousin, and we're both huge nerds. But in a good way.
Yeah.
You're
I think we're gonna need you to back off from the mic.
Oh, sorry.
just a little. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a little loud. That should be good.
that's good.
There we go. Okay. Cool.
Because I can't see it.
All right. So, for those of you who don't know, I will explain how Almost Fancy works. We have 3 topics, and Matt has 3 topics, and we are going to ask him to tell us everything he knows about a certain topic that we think he doesn't know anything about, and he is going to either.
Sorry, if you couldn't see my face, I made like a shocked surprise face.
He is either going to
Yes?
tell us everything he knows about that topic, or he is going to confidently make something up. So we used the first episode as kind of a test, Matt. So we kind of broke some rules in the first episode.
That's
so
fine.
now the way it works is pretty much if we do awful, we get 0 points. And
So you're saying I can't Google anything?
No, definitely don't Google anything.
Okay, I'll put my phone away.
So obviously, so you're gonna give us points, we're gonna give you points.
Is it like Whose Line Is It Anyway, where everything's made up and the points don't matter?
Oh, the points
No,
matter.
the points definitely matter. There's gonna be a winner and a loser. Except last time, it was totally a tie last time.
I
So
don't know
obviously,
I believe
if we totally don't say anything, you're gonna give us 0 points. So if we do just okay, it's a half point, and then if we get it, it's 1 point, and then if we fucking nail it, it's gonna be 2 points.
So there's nailing it. So can I give points for confidence or like?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Even
So-
if we don't get it right, you can
Like,
still
if
be
you
like,
just,
you
like,
guys were so
Wow.
good.
Like if
Yeah.
I was at a party and you guys were like talking to me about something totally bull that you guys have no idea about, but I believed it.
Yeah,
I'd
exactly.
be like, wow, those guys are like super smart.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's actually, we didn't say this in the first episode, but that's actually the reason for the title is for like if you were at a fancy dinner party and you were
wow.
like bullshitting your way through a conversation and you would say like just enough to get by.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've done that many times. This should be fun.
Yeah. We don't have to do this because we're gonna do this on other podcasts. But Matt, how was your week?
Oh, it was all right. I mean, I'm going to school. I'm in law school. It's hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's interesting, but boring. I mean, I don't think a topic I can ask you about is law, so that would not make for a good podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
we
just
can
music
all-
students.
we can all admit that would not work. It's all right though. No, we're good. We're good. But no, it was good. Just normal. You know, I'm old. I just turned 30, so
That's
Happy
not
birthday.
old. Happy
Thanks.
birthday, but also that's not old.
it feels old.
But all right.
All right. So our guest has requested that he goes first. So we're gonna ask you.
Yeah, no, I'd like to go first just because I want to see because I'm coming into this like cold turkey. Like I don't know, haven't seen how this is done before. So you guys ask me some questions. I'm gonna wing it, see how we go.
Okay, cool. So just to give you a heads up, we're gonna say, Matt, tell us everything you know about blank, and then we're gonna shut up, and you're gonna
Okay.
talk about it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do my very best.
Okay. So
Cool.
here's the first one. Matt,
Yes.
tell us everything you know about Legend of Zelda Minish Cap.
Oh man, that's like my favorite game.
Oh
of all time.
no!
It's no, actually.
Oh, he's doing the. He's
I was
actually
being-
doing it right.
I was guys, come on. It's part of the game. I got Chris
You
though. I got him.
You
bad.
scared me.
I was so like we thought so long about this.
We talked about this for a half hour last night.
No, Chris knows my favorite game is like a tie between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
I mean,
I asked you, and you said Sunset Riders for the SNES.
Well, favorite game, Zelda game. Favorite Zelda game. Favorite game
Okay,
of all time,
okay.
like favorite arcade style game. Sunset Riders is like huge, but that's off topic.
I'm assuming this is also off topic. I'm assuming you haven't played Breath of the Wild yet, right?
No, I don't.
Oh
have,
my god, it's so fucking good. You gotta
is
play
it
it.
is it on Switch or
It's only on. Oh well, actually,
It's on
I
Wii U,
almost
too.
lied to you. It's on Wii U and Switch.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't have either of those systems because that's honest. But
but yes.
But tell us everything
Legend of
about your
Zelda-
favorite game.
Legend of
Legend
Zelda,
of Zelda
Minish
Minish
Cap.
Cap is my all-time favorite game. All-time favorite game, Zelda game. It is the best game.
How many times have you beaten it?
At least 20.
Okay.
All right, yeah. No, keep going.
Am I convincing?
Sure.
All right,
20 is
so-
a large number.
Yeah, like I just can't stop playing it. Like Link is the best main character of all time.
Okay, but tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about
tell us about the game.
That
Yeah.
game in particular.
No, that particular game is like so like you start out, you're like in a forest and stuff, right? And like you're playing as
He's really good at this. What's the name of the forest? No, you don't remember. That's all right.
you
That's
know,
all right. That wasn't fair.
I've played it through so many times. I really just remember the end.
Okay. All right. I'll take the end.
But so you start in a forest, and this is my favorite game of all time.
You keep.
For no.
Okay, all right.
No, for the Game Boy.
Okay,
Okay.
keep going.
The Game Boy. It's for the Game Boy. And I love the puzzle aspect that's involved with the game. You know, you go through the dungeons and the temples and the levels, and
So what
Just-
you're describing to me is that this is a Zelda game.
absolutely, it's
Yeah,
one
but
of the
what
best Zelda
happens-
games of all
What
time.
happens specifically in this Zelda game? What is the arc of
What
this
puts-
Zelda
what
game?
plot-
puts this like Majora's Mask got the moon, right? And
Yep, and the masks.
and Link to the Past got the mirror, right?
Yep, and this one has a bunch of caps,
A bunch of what?
Minish caps.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like you wanna collect all the Minish caps to like open the temples, and then you play through the temples, solve the puzzles, beat the boss. You got to beat the bosses at the end of the temples.
Okay.
Particularly the Lizard Man. He's like the hardest boss of all time. Not Ganon. There's
Not
a difference. Not Ganon. He's not in this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not in this game at all.
Bold choice.
Yeah. No, the spirit of Ganon is there, like in the evil, but he himself is not there.
Oh well, yeah. Ganon's always there.
Right. It's kind of like Satan. He's always
Sure.
there.
Satan's. You heard it here first.
Satan.
Satan's always there.
And so when you get to the end of the game, sorry, that was my ice in my water. You guys can edit that out if you want.
I think it'll be fine.
and you finally use your cap to defeat
Cap.
like
Like Mario's cap?
like a hat.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, not like a cap gun or like I'm trying to think of other things that have caps. But no, this is like the Minish hat. So like Link's usual green outfit is all there except for his hat, which is the Minish hat, which is a cap.
Right.
And you're going through, you're collecting the different parts of the caps, and you get to the final boss, and you use the ultimate cap power to defeat him.
Okay.
Yeah, how's that? Was it pretty good?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. That was good. Are you done?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
just like it's a pretty standard Zelda game.
Yeah.
you
no,
got-
all right.
You got evil, you got puzzles, you got temples, you got items, power ups, hearts. Triforce might make an appearance a couple times, but no, it's a great game.
Okay.
Okay.
How'd I
So
do?
I've never played this game.
So I'll take it from here.
I love the performance.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I was gonna say you're definitely gonna get a full point.
Yeah. Just,
Not quite 2.
That's
but
fine.
You'll definitely get a full point.
That's
So-
fine because I'm gonna come clean. I've never played this game.
Oh, yeah. no, of course
oh,
not.
we couldn't tell.
So
Yeah, I tried though.
So this is the part of the podcast where I tell you what you got right and got wrong.
Awesome.
So, the first thing that really impressed me was this game is a Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah, that's about all I knew about it.
Oh, you did actually know that.
I knew it was a real game. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not that daft.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So it is a
I
Game Boy
am a
Advance, and you got
gamer,
that right.
but I actually, when the Game Boy Advance came out, I was in high school,
Nice.
and it was the first handheld system that was made by Nintendo that I didn't have.
Oh, ever? You never
ever?
got
I've
it.
never
Oh,
had a
okay.
Game Boy Advance, so I had the original brick gray big Game Boy
with the green
green and black
yeah,
screen.
Yeah,
I had that. I had a Game Boy Color because the Game Boy Pocket was for losers.
wow.
The Game Boy Pocket?
Yeah. Oh man,
Are
this
you
is
referring to the Game Boy Micro?
no. This is the Pocket. I am dating myself here.
Oh,
It was the
okay.
second Game Boy that came out. If I'm not mistaken. And it was literally just the same green screen, like black and white screen. Maybe they moved from green to black and white. I think that was
Okay.
the upgrade. But it was just smaller than the big
Oh,
brick.
weird.
It still played regular Game Boy games. If I
Was it
remember
the same
correctly.
price?
Man, I was so young. My
Yeah,
my
yeah.
parents would have had to buy it for me because I wasn't working.
I didn't
then.
know about this.
Yeah,
This is the
then
hardware.
the Game Boy Color came out, and I got that one. That was the first one where you play Pokemon like Silver and Gold, were the big titles
Yeah.
for Game Boy Color. Because there's like, wow, there's like 4 colors that are on the Game Boy. This is amazing. Because it went from like black and white to like terribly like washed out shades of like red, blue, yellow, like
Yeah, yeah.
like primary colors.
Yeah.
But no, but I knew. But then when I got to high school, I just I got a part-time job. I never got the advance. But yeah,
No,
no,
yeah,
sorry, that was
it-
just my history.
Yeah, totally. None of that improved your score. You're
No.
still just gonna get 1 point.
That's no,
But
I'm not
not
trying
lying
to.
about all of it.
No, that was true.
No, yeah. So a lot of what you said was just
Basic Zelda
basic
stuff.
Zelda stuff.
Because I have
so-
played Zelda games.
Yeah, but so okay, in Minish Cap there is one Minish Cap. It looks like Link's hat, except it has a bird at the end.
So he was right about
So
the
I was
hat?
kind of right about
You
the
were
hat.
kind of right about the hat. You did say,
But it looks a little
his
different from
whole-
Link's regular
You
hat.
literally said his outfit's the same except the hat.
Yeah.
The thing you did not get, the gimmick of this game, when you put the hat on, you have the ability to shrink down. So some of the game
Oh.
takes place, you're really tiny, and like some of the obstacles are like a giant leaf or like
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
like that.
um
I don't think I'd still play it, but that was cool.
you also got correct that there's no Ganon in this game.
Yes.
It's not Lizard Man or whatever you said.
Oh, I
but
said
it
he was
is-
a boss. I didn't say he was the last boss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the last boss is a character named Vati. It's like Vaati. I've actually
Okay.
never beaten this game. I've played it a bunch,
I
but
mean,
I
I've
never...
beaten it 20 times.
Yeah. So I'm talking to a pro.
I do speed run throughs. You check my YouTube channel. No, okay.
That's
that
our
was-
thing.
I'm just messing.
But yeah, you got that part right.
I actually got more than I thought I would, to be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah. It does start. I mean, you start at your house like normal, but the first place you visit is the forest.
I got that right, too.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
that's what I'm saying. You got a lot right. You got a lot.
I'm impressed.
I mean, you didn't get a lot wrong. The only thing you got wrong is the whole like collectible hat thing, which
Yeah, I don't.
I'd play that game, but like, but like, you know.
Well, I was kind of running off what I knew about like Majora's Mask. Like you collected masks.
Yeah.
So when you call something a cap, like a hat, like why wouldn't you just collect hats? So-
Yeah. I bet you if they did do that, they'd run into like. I bet people would be like, "This is just this again. We don't want this. You
No,
just
well,
did this."
I mean, there's a lot of running themes in Zelda games.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, that was good.
Awesome.
I would say full point for that.
I agree.
Cool, man.
So, now it's your turn to ask us.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So this is where I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, since you guys, I don't think you guys know a lot about cars, and I'm a bit of a car guy.
Okay.
So I might ask you to tell me as much as you know about the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution.
Okay, well,
Which is what I drive, by the way.
yeah, no, I know. Okay.
I mean,
this
you
is
you
my
hang
favorite car.
You hang out with
This
me a
is-
lot, so like a lot of it should have rubbed off on you.
Yeah, no. So
And this is for both of you guys, right? You
Yeah,
can both
yeah.
answer.
the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo, which is what it's known as,
Okay, colloquially, yeah.
I believe they're on their 10th one. You don't
No, I don't have
answer.
to say
You don't-
anything.
Yeah,
No, I'm-
yeah. You
I'm
wait
staying
till we're done.
I'm staying stone faced here. You
It's
can't see it though.
it's like the luxury version of the Lancer. It's the better version. It has all the bells and whistles. It's faster. It's made for racing. It's obviously from Japan.
I'm making faces right now. I wish you could see it. Next time we'll get a camera.
It has a turbo. It goes fast. It has a small engine.
I like that his voice went down. Can I just it goes fast? All right, I just interjected. You keep going.
I want to say they're done making them after this latest model, but I feel like that's wrong.
You need to be more confident. This is the name of the game. What if I met you at a dinner?
Well, hold on. That's half the game, because I'm giving facts. I know about this thing.
You know quite a bit.
Allow me to step in and bullshit with some confidence. Did you, Matthew?
Oh, you're asking me
Did
now.
you know that this movie was featured prominently?
This
in,
movie.
What?
You
I
said
said
this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. This car was prominently.
He's losing us the point.
This car, the Mitsubishi.
Oh no! Oh no!
The
Please let me
the
keep going.
Mitsubishi Lancer Evo was what's the word I'm looking for?
Prominently
I don't know.
featured.
Prominently featured
I got
in
you, buddy.
Transformers 2 and Fast and the Furious 3. That's my input.
I believe they also started in the 90s.
Actually, I was going to ask you when did the Evo first come out? The first iteration of the Lancer Evo.
1992.
Yeah, I agree.
You agree? All right.
That's a stone cold fact.
And I believe that's everything you need to know about.
Well,
the
hang on.
Lancer.
I got a few
hold
Well,
things.
no,
It's got
Chris.
four-
Chris has done very well so far.
Well, no, I can add to this. It's got 4 wheels.
Okay.
It's got.
So now you're just describing a car.
I'm
yeah,
gonna
hold on.
say-
Now you're just doing that thing you
I'm
did
gonna
with
say
Zelda.
it's got. Well, it's no. Yeah, let's go. It's got 5 windows. They can all.
Wait, why? He started off well.
He started off
6,
pretty good.
so 5 windows and a back window. It's got lights. It's got
What kind
a
of lights does it
steering
have?
wheel. It's got blinkers.
What kind of
and
lights?
Headlights.
Well, what kind of
red
headlamps?
lights.
LED lights?
Red.
Like LEDs?
No, red. Like the color red.
Okay.
There's 2 lights on a car. There's white
I was
and there's
doing
red.
So well.
I'm just. No, you did great. I'm just. You know. This is like you were paragraph 1 through 3, and I'm paragraph
is
4
4
and
through
5.
6.
Yeah, this is 4
Oh,
through
this
5.
is-
6.
This is like doing a group project at school, and one of the kids didn't look up his.
Well, that's how I
facts.
felt with the Minish cap. So no, you guys can keep going. It's fine. I'm surprised how well I did personally, but you guys, you guys good, or you got some more?
I know I should.
No,
shut up.
Anthony, no, you were on a roll. I kind of want to hear more about what you know about the Mitsubishi Lancer
This
Evolution.
car, unsimilarly to the cars they drive in the Flintstones, you do not have to push with your feet. This car, it goes using motors and electricity.
Oh well, he's not wrong.
It's got seats you can sit on, and it's got a radio you can listen to.
What kind of seats? They're actually
Oh,
really
no.
special.
It's the
They're
kind-
rally seats. They're rally seats.
What's the brand name? I mean, they're just
No,
such a
screw you. That's the brand name.
because
That's the brand name.
because they're aftermarket. They're not Mitsubishi brand
I,
seats.
we're not talking about Matt Lancer.
No, all Evos have them.
Okay.
I don't
Screw
have
you.
extra-
That's my actual answer. The brand name is screw you.
No,
And
no.
scene.
Yeah, and scene. No, we're
How
gonna-
did we do?
Chris did phenomenal.
Really?
Yay.
Okay.
He got. I mean, I'll go through the list. 1992 was the premiere
Wow!
year. Yes. The first Lancer came out in Japan.
Look at that.
You're gonna-
Oh my god, that's
you're-
gonna clip whenever somebody's listening to
Yeah.
it. Oh my god. All right.
So, like you told me, if you're going to scream or laugh, away from the mic.
I went into the mic.
Yeah, he went totally opposite. So, no, that was to show you how unbelievable this is. Yes.
Wait, unbelievable should imply
hang on.
2 points.
Before you start.
Can I give Chris 2 points and Anthony -1?
Wow,
No, we're a
no.
team.
Unfortunately, we're a team.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. I'm kidding.
So before you start telling us what we got right and got wrong, how many points do we get?
So
Yeah.
I can either give
You can-
0, 1, or 2.
You
And a
give,
half.
You can give 0, half a point. You can give 1 or 2 if we fucking rocked it.
Man, just from what I'm surprised how much Chris either remembered or knew about the car from just hanging out with me. Because this is my second.
Yeah, this happened last time. Chris asked me about Westworld, and pretty much what he was asking me was, when I talk to you, because you're my friend, how good do you listen? Do you listen to me when I talk?
Well, Chris is a fantastic cousin if this is the case because
So wait, hang on. 2 points or 1 point?
I'm gonna give 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I know this puts me at a disadvantage, but I'm not. It's
No,
You
you
gotta
know,
be
honor
honest.
system.
I'm being
yeah.
honest. No,
Yeah.
because the Lancer Evolution is the rally racing bred model of the regular Lancer, which the regular Lancer I think has been around in Japan. It first came out in, I want to say, the late 70s or 80s as like just a rear wheel drive like commuter car kind of. I don't know too much about the history of the regular Lancer because it was mostly in Japan. And the first Evo model came out, with a turbo, a 4-cylinder engine, 2.0 liters, so small 4-cylinder engine with a turbo, in 1992.
Damn.
And every
Right?
yeah, and it's not only a Japanese company, but since its inception, the first through 9th generations of the car were made in at the Nagoya plant in Japan, and the 10th generation, which is something else he got right. There's 10
I don't
generations.
think I got anything wrong. At this
was
point.
was made at the Mizushima plant, both in Japan. So it is a Japanese car through and through. Very impressive on Anthony's part. Yes, there are 5 windows
Yeah,
and a
I was gonna
windshield.
say, I'm not gonna be able to get to sleep tonight if you don't tell me you don't tell me there's red lights on this vehicle.
Oh man, what else? Yeah, so it was bred for
That wasn't a no.
for rally racing. So Chris got that. It does have 4-wheel drive. It's an all-wheel drive car.
I said 4 wheels.
He
I
did
said
say
that.
4 wheels, but all of them are driven by the engine.
What's the brand name of the seats?
Recaro.
Oh, that's close to screw you.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure whether they started putting Recaro seats at the very beginning of the run, but also the Evo didn't come over. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get into something Anthony did get right. Half right. Yay! So Chris got 1.5 points, and Anthony just sealed the deal
Oh,
with the
okay.
0.5 points.
Yay.
And so the Evo 8 came over to the United States in 2003 to coincide release with Fast and Furious.
Oh, hey!
So he
Yay,
said
I did it.
he said the third one. It actually made its debut in the second one.
Oh my god, I was so close.
Too
I was trying to get the years right.
Too Fast, Too Furious, where they featured. I want to say it was an Evo 7, but we got the Evo 8 the next a couple years
Well,
after that movie came
because
out.
if I'm not mistaken, I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie, but Fast and Furious 3 is Tokyo Drift.
Mhm.
So that's why I said that, because he said Japan, so I was going off his.
Yes, and in Tokyo Drift, so this is also why you were right. In Tokyo Drift, it wasn't the first time it debuted in a Fast and Furious movie. It was the second time that the main character drove an Evo.
Holy shit. So this car was in Fast and Furious 3.
Twice. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But interestingly, what they did with the Evo in Fast and Furious 3 called Tokyo Drift, it's really, really hard to drift an all-wheel drive car.
I would assume as much.
They disconnected the front two wheels, so made it and converted it into a rear-wheel drive car to get it to drift.
Oh, neato. That's
yeah.
cool.
So the first time I saw that, I was like, it's really hard to drift an Evo like that. Then I did more research, and I'm like, oh, they just made it rear-wheel drive.
yeah.
So no, it's not in Transformers. Transformers had to deal with Chevy.
I just
Or
literally
GM.
I bullshitted the first two car movies I could think of, because I'm not gonna lie, the first movie that popped in my head, I was like, say this car was in a movie, was Pirates of the Caribbean, and I don't think there was a car in that movie.
I mean, if we're talking about like 1500s, no, I don't think so. But no, that was fantastic.
All right. Wow, I did not expect. So just
You guys are really good.
if you don't mind, just so it doesn't get stale, if the next two could not be cars.
I figured as
Okay,
much.
just letting you know.
God damn it.
Sorry.
I know I'm into cars,
Oh,
no,
but-
he's
Oh, no.
upset because he already told you everything he could possibly tell you about a car.
He just mad. He mad.
Matt, look at me. I told you everything I know about cars.
Well, and one of the few things you know about cars is that the Evo was in Fast and Furious.
That's
pretty good.
I'm gonna tell
That's
that.
why you got the 2 points. Really, Chris got the 1.5 because he nailed a bunch of stuff about the car.
I'm so happy. That makes me happy. I'm gonna tell people about
You
this.
should. That's something good to know. But cool. No, we'll move into the second.
All right, cool.
So you get to ask me again.
Yes.
And I'll do my.
Matt, tell us
That is my
everything you know about Ninja Sex Party.
Did you see his face?
That is my favorite porno of all time.
Yes.
He went to the obvious place.
Sorry, I'm trying to control my raging boner right now. It's the internet, so I can say that. So I mean, so the fact that he said the obvious place is probably not what this is about.
No, hey, I
No,
never said,
just-
I never said if it was that or not.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going with whatever you're thinking.
Yeah,
Tell us everything about Ninja Sex Party.
yeah.
Google, help me.
No.
Hey, Google.
No, she'll actually listen. She's listening right now.
I know she is. No. No, I'm not gonna do that. So no, just to save me the shame of talking about my favorite porno on the internet, I'm going to go to what it actually is a really fantastic indie game.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a really great. I'm not gonna say my favorite game because that's Minish Cap.
right. We've already established that your favorite game of all time
So
is Legends of Zelda.
this
Minish
is
Cap.
like my favorite indie game, not by a AAA developer.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. We all have our favorite indie game.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
pales in comparison to our favorite game.
Yeah, of course. So Ninja Sex Party.
I can't fucking wait.
I can barely talk. I'm already laughing. Ninja Sex Party is my favorite indie game. It's kind of like almost like one of those old Flash games where there aren't too many like movements you can make. Because all you really need to know is up, down, left, right, in and out,
Okay.
like thrusting.
Got
That's
it.
what
Okay.
in and out was. You didn't get it. That's fine. So the premise of the game, I really hope it's a game. Because it's either a game or a movie, right? No, but they did make a movie out of the game. Like on the,
Okay. Ooh, I love the lore.
Yeah, I
on
like
the
the lore.
on the plot.
Yeah. What year did the movie on the game come out?
So the game is actually it was my bad. The game's actually a remake of the original of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the movie came out in '86
Okay.
because it seems like an '80s movie.
Okay.
But the game recently came out in 2016, and it's a Flash game paying homage to the movie Ninja Sex Party.
But can you give us a little
in '86.
detail?
Oh,
in
absolutely.
The
No, it's
game?
fantastic. The main point of the game is to use your ninjutsu powers to bang as many girls as possible.
Okay.
And it's a ninja sex party. So you know that like ninjutsu where they turn into a log,
Yeah.
right? So like you can use that to replicate yourself. Because a sex party, you need more than one ninja.
Right. But you're saying it's the same guy, but he's,
Right, just
yeah.
replicate.
You're
it, and
referring to Shadow Clone Ninjutsu from Naruto.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it is.
All right, I feel you.
It is. It's actually based on a real like legend from Japan.
Oh no, yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Because Naruto's not the only ninja thing in the world.
No.
So-
I think Naruto is okay.
We're not talking about Naruto. We're talking about Ninja Sex Party. Clearly, it's not the only ninja thing in the world because we got Ninja Sex Party, the movie, and the game.
The game based off the movie.
The game based off the movie. So you use your Shadow Clone Jutsu to turn yourself into a log. And when he turns back into the ninja, he's replicated and has a log for a dick.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Right? So then you got like you can bounce around.
I don't know why I wasn't expecting it
Yeah.
to go there.
You have to, because then you can bounce around from party to party with your ninjutsu and copulate with as many females as you possibly can. At the same time, it's cool because you got the micro, because you're commanding more than one ninja at once. It's kind of like a real time strategy where you're overseeing, like on the.
Christ.
You're overseeing the just the whole neighborhood,
Yeah.
and you get to
Oh,
replicate your ninjas. Yeah, and they're visiting parties.
No, yeah, was that not clear, Chris? This takes place
Yeah.
in modern day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It takes place in 2016 was when the game came out. So, absolutely.
A full 20 years later. Wait.
30.
30 years
Yeah.
later?
Well, because when you see it as a
Oh, it was the 30th anniversary. deal.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Because when you see it as a horny teenager, that sticks in your memory. So when you become a famous game developer or an indie game developer, you get to this really impacted the creator's life, and he really wanted to remake it. I mean, you can see 30 years later they're coming out with they're ruining all my childhood things like Transformers and Ninja Turtles, and the list goes on. I think I made my point.
Okay.
But I like the silence. And
I mean, you nailed
so
it on the head.
and speaking about nailing, you go around to these different houses.
Yeah, no, I wanted more of the story.
In Ninja Sex Party. The more sex you have as the ninja, and the more ninjutsus you do, your point score goes up.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm assuming in the game.
It's like an arcade. It's like an arcade game. So obviously, higher score is better. You put your initials in at the end of the game, kind of deal. It could be an arcade game, if it wasn't X-rated. But the animation's not very good because it's like an indie Flash game. So it's more like just blobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
primitive.
Yeah,
Primitive.
like
looking.
8-bit, 16-bit kind of deal.
Yeah.
And you're looking over like kind of like a god. Like, as you can see, like real-time strategy style, how many houses you've infiltrated, because you have to infiltrate them. It's a stealth
Whoa.
game too.
Whoa.
Oh, this is
on.
kind of bordering
Hang
into
on.
is it all consensual?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all
no.
right,
There's
okay, all
nothing
right.
illegal about any of the activities. Hey, man, you're just a ninja looking to have a good time,
Okay.
and so you turn all these parties into ninja sex parties. And the more parties.
Oh,
you
okay.
conquer,
The houses
They're
you're
in, like, a
breaking,
neighborhood.
entering in are all currently having
a
party.
party. Yes.
Got it. And it's your job to turn the party into
a sex
ninja
party.
sex
Ninja sex
party.
party.
Got it.
How'd I do?
Was that? Are you good?
I think I'm. I can't
Before
think of
we
any.
start, again, I loved the
Oh,
performance.
yeah, no.
The story.
So-
I want to give him 2.
See, I think.
You want to get?
No, here's the thing.
You
I
think
think
this should be an actual game now, because like the backstory and the lore.
See, he did.
I
He
sold
was
it.
very confident, and he sold me on this game movie franchise. But the only reason I think we can't give him a full 2 is because he got literally nothing correct.
No, I know.
No, that's
I
fine.
know,
can,
but
can you
he
give me?
was just-
Can you give me
yeah.
1.5? I mean, does that split the difference?
You know, we're making these
never-
rules up on the fly.
We've never dabbled into 1.5. Yeah,
We-
you know what?
there's
I'll give
half
you
a
one
point.
and
Why
not
1.5?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll give you 1.5 points. You get 1.5 points.
Cool. All right.
So
Because I created a whole franchise from the top
he
of my
literally
head.
just made $1 billion franchise.
yeah.
Call me up, Sony.
So
I'll sell my rights. Copyright Matthew Gorsica.
okay. So
He gave his
Esquire.
full name.
Esquire. I'm going to law
Matt's-
school. Whatever.
Matt's version is Ninja Sex Party is an 80s
86. The
and-
movie came out.
86 movie turned into a 2016 indie video game. Ninja Sex Party is actually a YouTube comedy band.
I feel like I have heard of them before. Now
So-
that you mention it.
Have you ever heard of Game Grumps?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so one half of Game Grumps, his name's Danny. He goes by Danny Sexbang. He's
Of course he does.
He's
So I feel like they would like my interpretation of their name.
oh yeah, 100%.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. Because I know Game Grumps.
So the whole sorry. The whole point is that he's the sex part and the other person in the band, there's two people in the band, he's the ninja part. So the ninja guy plays the keyboard and the sex guy sings.
Of course he does.
So it's pretty much like, I don't want to call it disco music. It's kind of almost like 80s party music, but it's all about like boners and sex and
I got that right.
and
He
no,
did
yeah,
actually
you
get that part right.
yeah, it's all about like
And you got the log boner.
like they have
Yeah.
a song about going to space so they could have sex with everything, and like there's like there's all this stuff. They go back in time, they go forward in time to have sex with stuff.
That sounds a lot like what I was talking about, except the time travel, because I said it in modern day. So
Yeah, but
is that
yeah,
everything
other-
I need to know about Ninja Sex Party?
no, yeah, I mean they're good. You should definitely check them out.
No, now I
they're-
definitely
they're-
will. I didn't realize they were something I could
Yeah.
consume.
They actually and I'll say this is like off the record or whatever, but if you're listening to their songs and you're like, oh, this is good, but it's like it's not funny, you know, it's not my thing. They have two serious cover albums of 80s songs, and they're both
80s. I
really
said
good.
based off an 80s movie.
yeah.
He did
No, yeah,
also
he
say
did.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm not discrediting you. You did great. That was
Okay,
great. I was
good.
very entertained.
Well, that was really the point.
Yeah.
Was-
The game you created actually sounds a lot like Party Hard, which is an indie game where you go from party to party, but the object is to murder everyone.
Oh, I mean, I wanted to make it
But
more
as soon as
PG
as
rated.
soon as you said the PG sex boner game. But when you said go from house to house, like making parties better, I was
Yeah.
like, this sounds a lot like Party Hard without the murder.
But you're replacing something kind of crappy with something really fun like sex and ninjas.
yeah, that's the whole point of the band. It's like, yo, you like sex? Do you like ninjas?
Yes, exactly.
Welcome aboard.
My brainwave was right there. I just said it as a video game and not a band. So cool. No, that was awesome.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised how much of the feeling I got right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
Because I was like, I don't want to like describe like a porno because that's like really raunchy and dirty.
so Matt,
Yeah.
show us what you got.
Well, I want to say for the last one, I like what you got. The you got a
Oh, the
lot
car
on
one.
on the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
My favorite car, the whatever it was called. I don't even remember anymore.
Oh man. You all right? You gonna make it,
I'm
buddy?
good. I'm good.
All right, good. We got some water.
Long day.
No, that's fine. Take some water. We can take a water break. We'll sip. Hold on.
And then silence. And then that. It
No.
wasn't silent.
You can't have a podcast without.
Oh my god, it actually made
No,
a
Yeah.
Foley work. Foley work. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you can't have a podcast because I was on the radio. Remember?
Complete podcast immersion.
Yeah. I was on the radio in college, guys. Come on, like I know how to make this work for fun. So no, I got a good one.
Okay, lay it on us.
So tell me everything you know, and I mean I'll guide you along the way, you know, if you want. Like if I
Okay.
feel like we're engaged in a good thing, about the I can't really say that either. So tell me everything you know about the Metro series.
I've got this.
You can no you can, I mean if you want a little bit of a clarification I can.
No.
give you
I
some.
think I think I know what you're talking about, and if I say a bunch of stuff, then maybe you give a clarification and Chris takes a turn.
Yeah, no, I I just I'll just say I just finished with this series, and I really loved it. I've been dying to talk to somebody.
Okay,
about
okay.
it.
I think I know. Okay, Metro is video games. It's a video game. Metro is.
I can't tell you that right
No.
away.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. I think I got this though. So Metro, if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 of them, and it's like Metro. I'm gonna get the names wrong. It's like Metro Last Light, and then one of them's a year like Metro 2030 or something like that. The next one I know is called Metro Exodus. It's called Metro Exodus, I believe.
The one he knew he screwed up on.
That one was at E3 this year.
See, I knew I was in the midst of nerds.
Metro is a first-person shooter. and it takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. The thing about it that separates it from other post-apocalyptic games is the air is polluted. The air is hard to breathe. I remember that because in the trailer for Exodus, they go outside and they were like, "Whoa!" And people in the crowd were like, "Whoa, he's outside!" But the air though, because of the apocalypse. Other than that, I couldn't really tell you who you play. I feel like there's not like Mr. Metro. Like, I think you just play whoever.
Okay.
But it's a series of first-person video games set in a post-apocalyptic future. I'm pretty sure around the 2030s. I mean,
hints.
I've never played them. I've heard they're very short. I think that's another thing I know about these. I think they're really short. They're single-player games, and they're really short, and there's no online, like multiplayer, I think. And I believe that's all I got.
No, hold on. I got what he said.
Oh, so
So
so you're done. So that was good,
That was sorry. That was short, but I think I got it.
Chris. You
So
don't want to like expound on any of that.
No, I think
Like,
he nailed it.
you think he nailed everything. There's nothing you could even remotely add.
No, I mean I was whispering that to him.
Oh, were you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking.
Yeah, sorry.
somewhere
I
else.
meant to say anytime I talk, Chris is whispering in my ear what to say. I'm a nightmare.
That you're like his little puppet. You
So-
won't dance for me, puppet.
So
Yeah.
before you, what's my score?
I'll give you a 1.
Yes. All right.
Because you got a lot
Okay.
of factual things right.
All right.
I wish you like went off a little more. Like even like
I've never
sold
played
stuff
them.
to me that is clearly wrong. Just
Yeah.
make me believe that it could be right.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't get a 1.5 or a 2, but 1.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, see if that's because that's the
It's
thing
like the
about me.
flip-
Because if you said
It's
something,
the flip side of the Minish Cap.
yeah, if you told me,
Like I sold it, but didn't really know anything about it.
yeah, that's where I think I faulted, because if you said something I didn't know anything about, I would have just bullshitted and been confident about
knew
it. But I
something.
knew stuff, just not that much, because I've never played these games.
But don't
And-
discredit yourself.
No,
2
you did
points
good.
are a special occasion.
Yeah,
One
Like
yeah.
point
if you
is
got,
you did it right.
Like if you got a few more things, I would have maybe given you 1.5 or 2.
I appreciate keeping it fair.
yeah,
No,
oh, no, yeah,
absolutely.
totally.
Because I feel like at
And
some
I'll
point
explain-
sometimes you can go off the handles. All of us.
And I'll explain my
points.
grading in a second.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
So
What did I?
So you nailed. It is set in a post-apocalyptic world after World War III happens.
Okay.
Nuclear war. Supposedly, the entirety of humanity basically is wiped out. But like the U.S. nukes Russia. Oh, and this is set in Russia. By the
Okay.
way. And the name of the first game is called Metro 2033.
Yes, I nailed it.
So
didn't I?
he got the decade.
Oh,
He
I said 2030. I didn't
He said
say
Metro
2033.
2030. And the premise of the game is you are underground in the Moscow metro system. So like the T if you're from Boston,
Right.
or the metro in DC, like the underground trains. And because the whole city above was basically nuclearized, like the above air is hard to breathe. You got that because in the first game when you go up, you have to put on a gas mask
Right.
to filter out the nuclear. Like,
Oh,
particles.
so that must have been what it was. In
So-
Exodus,
so
he probably.
everyone gasped in Exodus because he went to the surface and took off his
Got
gas
it.
mask.
Okay. I wasn't paying that close attention because
So
I've never.
clearly there's somewhere where you can breathe the air, and that's a big deal. In
Yeah.
Metro, because in the games and also the books, which is something you didn't hit on.
It's based off books.
The yes.
Oh.
It started off as an online live updated book by Dmitry
Oh.
Glukovsky.
Okay.
He's a Russian author.
He sounds it.
Yeah. Oh, and the main character is Artyom.
So you do play like a dude.
Yeah, and you are him in each of the games.
Okay.
So it's
So that is the one part I definitely got wrong.
It's his story, basically.
Okay.
And it's cool because the first game, Metro 23, is loosely based off the events of the first book by the same name, Metro 2033. The second game is called Metro Last Light.
Yes.
And the third game that is upcoming is called Metro Exodus.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, and the book is series is actually a trilogy: Metro 2033, 2034, and 2035.
Oh.
So the 3 books follow each year of Artyom's life in the Metro, starting when he's 20 years old, because I believe 20 years is 2013 when nuclear war happened, and he starts off in 2033 as a 20-year-old, so that makes sense, I think. Because no, he was born a little bit before, because he was like 6 when the nuclear war happened, so he did have a taste of the outside world before 40,000 people in Moscow had to move underground. And it's a really, really great book series. And so what's cool is, like, Last Light isn't directly based off of 2034. Like, they didn't do like a book per video game, or a video game per book, because that's how they came out. And it's funny, the last book, this series he's been writing these over the past like 10 to 12, 15 years, something like that. Then the last book, 2035, literally came out like last year.
Oh, cool.
So he's been working on it. He's an author, journalist.
So kind of like Game of Thrones, the game and the book kind of went their separate ways.
Yeah, like I think Game of Thrones is like a TV show on HBO.
No, but I mean, like, Game of Thrones like was based off a book, and then eventually.
Hold on.
So I don't know much about Game of Thrones. You do.
Yeah, Matt, tell us everything you know about Game of
Can
Thrones.
we not? Can we not do this right now? Is that the next one?
No, it's not. It's not. I promise you.
Okay,
because
I watched half the first episode and said I can't do this.
No, but why I equated it to Game of Thrones is because Game of Thrones, like, seasons like 1 through 5 follow the book, and then they just take
do
off
they really?
on their own. Yeah.
Okay, so what's cool about the Metro series is it's really like an interactive series, because the first game and the first book are kind of similar, but then Last Light takes place just before and during the events of 2034 from Artyom's perspective.
Oh.
So because in the book, Artyom's barely in it.
Oh.
But Last Light, the game, is basically what he's doing while the other book is happening.
Oh, that's cool.
And all 3 games had direct input from the author.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool when they do that.
So everything that is in the games, he's basically said, "Yep, that's canon." Like, I can say that I helped write it. That I wrote the lines for a lot of the characters. Like
Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire.
Oh man, I love. Oh, dude, so good. I want them to take Shadows of the Empire. Disney needs to do that.
A movie, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think that'd be Dash Rendar.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
You don't think he'd be like on like? There's a new conversation. You don't think that Dash Rendar would be like too similar to Han Solo? Like, for
I knew you were going to ask me that.
For audiences to like, he's not for me.
You can tweak the character a little bit. I feel like you could really.
Yeah,
you could really do something with
in
that.
today's modern like movie going crowd, I could see people complaining like, "Well, this movie's just Han Solo again."
I mean, but it's also for a new generation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You could have a similar character, but this is for another podcast.
Yeah.
I think we should say
The guest is bringing us back.
put a bookmark in this, and I'll be on as the guest for the next time you do this.
All right.
And we'll talk about Dash Rendar and Shadows of the Empire and how they can use that in the new
why Dash Rendar? Who's your favorite Star Wars character, and why is it Dash Rendar?
I could actually talk
Why is
about
it
that.
always Dash Rendar, no matter who you are?
Has it always been and will it always ever be Dash Rendar?
He's fantastic. He's a really great
No,
character.
he's great. Let's shut up about
let's-
Shadows of the Empire.
One more thing about
Okay,
Dash
no,
Rendar.
yeah, go for it.
So does that mean, since in the special edition, I may have been the Blu-ray of A New Hope, they
show his ship.
They show his ship.
They put his ship
so
in there, yeah.
he is still
Yeah,
canon.
yeah,
no
no,
matter
yeah.
how much Disney doesn't want him to be.
The
Yeah.
Outrider is still a ship. Maybe not Dash Rendar, but the Outrider is in there,
Yeah.
and it's his ship, and it's CGI implanted in the Blu-rays.
Oh yeah, I point that out every time I watch that movie because it gets me so fucking hyped for a Dash Rendar flick.
Exactly.
Anyways,
I'm so hype. All right.
anyways, on to
Nerding
the
out.
final round.
Oh yeah, no, this is good.
He's like, oh yeah,
So
the
no,
mics are still on.
So no, great job on Metro, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
yeah, that
thank
was
you.
Anthony. That was really good. I just finished all 3 books. I'm pumped for Exodus.
Yeah.
I'm replaying the first game. Like, yeah, no, it's great. I'm
Nice,
yeah.
cool.
So what do we have for him? Can I say it?
Sure.
Oh Christ, your handwriting.
Can you really not read that?
No, I
mean,
got it. I got
okay,
it.
okay.
So for can we no, I guess there has to be 3 rounds. Okay, come on. Because I didn't do much research, and I have to think something on the fly for the 3rd one.
Ooh,
Okay.
that'll be fun.
That'll be interesting. Though.
But it
Um,
seems like this is like really in that vein. Like
Yeah.
whose
Yeah.
line is it anyway? So
Oh yeah. So Matt,
yeah.
tell me everything you know about Cool Spot. He just gave the weirdest look.
Cool Spot. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you?
I don't,
All
I
right.
don't think he is. I'm not following.
Lay
for
it
you.
on me.
No, listen. Check this out.
All right.
It's an old video game
Yeah.
Okay.
from I think the 90s. I want to say the 90s because I was alive then. And I want to say Super Nintendo because they had such a big category, but it also could have been Sega because they were around at the same time. No hints.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nothing from this side of the room.
But it was so long ago, I can't remember exactly which system it was for. It was either Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. Have to clarify for the Genesis, maybe. And you played as a red Spot. You played as a dot. Like, he was the Cool Spot with sunglasses, and he had arms and legs. It was like a platformer game, I want to say, where you like jump around and either collect stuff or like it was kind of like a kind of a knockoff on like a Banjo-Kazooie or Mario, like a platformer. And oh man, I remember the case, like the back when video games still had like a cardboard case, so vividly from walking around Blockbuster. Oh my god!
What the fuck is that?
What's a Blockbuster? Or West Coast Video if you're from the North Shore area of Massachusetts.
Do we?
No, keep
No,
going. No,
okay.
keep going.
It was so it's a platformer. I want to say the Cool Spot is kind of I don't know if it's not a knockoff, but it might have been a tie into the board game Connect 4.
Okay.
That makes sense because there you put red things and black spots in to make kind of like a tic-tac-toe kind of deal, or make a line of red or black. But no, it was a platformer. It was a cool red Spot. Was the main character. I think I pretty much nailed it.
You're so confident.
All right, so is that it?
Well, I mean, I don't really remember much else about the game because, like, unlike Minish Cap and unlike Ninja Sex Party,
Your
The video
your
game?
two favorite
those are
video
my
games.
favorite AAA title and my favorite indie title. This one I'm just familiar with, but I'm not like I don't remember it like clearly because
Right.
it's in the fog of childhood.
Did you ever
Yeah.
play it?
I don't think I ever played it.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't. And you know what? I'm literally just I'm not gonna make up anything because I'm pretty sure that might be what
Okay,
it is.
so here's the deal. You get 1.5 points.
Oh,
Because there is one really important thing you did not mention. Cool Spot is the mascot for 7-Up.
I just slammed my water down. That's what it was.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Everything else was correct. It was a platformer for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo.
Oh, for both.
Both, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that impressed me.
That's why. Oh man, childhood memories.
Yeah. So
the
it was
few I can remember coming through.
basically how it works.
Never thought that
is-
would be something that would get me points for anything.
Basically, how it works is you play Cool Spot, the
Yep.
titular Cool Spot,
Yep.
who is he's so 7-Up for those of you who don't know, the logo is the number 7 and then up, but in the middle instead
a
of a
red
dash,
circle.
it's a red circle, and that red
Yes.
circle would pop out, come to life, grow hands, arms, legs, and sunglasses, and be like, "Yo, buy 7-Up."
I'm the Cool Spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was around the time where their logo was 7-Up. We're the Uncola.
I knew it was a tie-in to something.
Yeah. Yes.
I was thinking Connect 4 because
Yeah.
the board game came out around then.
So basically, the way the
I remember it.
Excuse me. The way the video game works is it is a platformer with like 6 or 7 levels, and there's spots everywhere. Not like living spots, like other spots. And what?
6 or 7 levels, but you're never gonna get past the. First
Oh my
level.
god, this game is so fucking hard.
It's one of those. No, I've never played it though. I remember it though.
I've never. No, that wasn't a joke. I've never seen level 3. I've never gotten past the second level. It's so hard. But the
Wow.
object is you instead of points, there is points, but instead of points, you have a cool meter, and
Okay.
each spot you collect, you get 1% cool. So the way it works is if you can collect enough
100.
spots
Oh
to get.
wait, it's about being cooler. Maybe
yeah.
that's why we don't get past the first level.
Ooh. That wasn't. That was just a. That was just sad.
That was dark, man.
No, but the way it works is if you get 60% cool, you can go to the end of the level, which is there's another cool spot trapped, and you have to like get him out of a cage.
Okay.
But if you get 80% cool, you get to go to the bonus level, which I know what you're thinking does take place inside a bottle of 7-Up.
I was actually thinking that.
And what you do is when
Because
you
it's
beat
just
the
marketing everywhere. It's dripping with marketing.
when you beat the bonus level, you get a letter of the word Uncola, and if you can, that's
UNCOLA.
Yes.
This is 6 levels.
and the way it works is if you
Did I spell Uncola right?
you
I think I did.
I cannot confirm nor deny. The
Sorry,
way it,
that's a
that's
little-
not a no
that-
one's gonna understand.
No,
And
but
not even
it's
I
an-
understand.
It's an inside joke because Anthony doesn't understand it.
No one knows what collusion means. So the way it works is you have 3 lives, and if you get one of the letters, that counts as like you can use that to get 3 more lives. But if you can beat the game without dying and get to the end with the whole word Uncola, you unlock the last level. But
So there is 7 levels.
but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that
I don't
makes
know
sense.
exactly how many levels, but the game's hard as balls. You move. They have the thing where the more you move, the faster you move, like Sonic, but for no reason. It's a shooter, by the way. It's a platformer shooter.
Oh.
You could shoot in all 16 directions like Contra.
Contra!
And he does a finger gun and he shoots 7-Up out of his fingers.
You're
The whole thing is 7-Up.
fucking kidding me.
The 1-Ups look
This-
like 7-Up.
I want to know how much the marketing executive got paid for this idea, pitched it, and the fact that they made it.
I've only ever played it once. I hated it.
I think that's all you need to.
Yeah, it's not a great game. We'll probably do it on the Let's Play.
I think
I'm
we
gonna be
totally
forced to play
should,
it
and
again.
I kind of want to be there for that too because I nailed it.
Do you want to know what sucks? This is a little history about me. I bought a Genesis because I wanted to play this game. I was like,
depressing.
I was like, I need this game. I need Cool Spot. I'm gonna buy a
need to be
Genesis.
cool.
I literally found out, and this is not a joke, 2 weeks ago, this is also a Super Nintendo game, and I've had a Super Nintendo my whole life. I could have just bought that.
Bum, bum,
Every
ba-dum.
time we hang
Wow.
out, this game is just staring me in the face. It's almost at eye level, and he always keeps it out like it's a trophy.
Well, I don't have anywhere to put my Genesis games. I have a place for everything else.
Your Genesis game.
No, well,
No. Oh no, there's a collection of
I have a
Power
coup-
Ranger Genesis games.
I have a couple more. I have almost
Okay.
every Power Ranger Genesis game. None of them work.
Because
Anyways.
if I remember, there weren't too many like system-specific Sega games, Genesis games that were really good.
Yeah, like Sonic. That's pretty much it.
That was like their Mario,
Yeah.
their mascot.
I mean,
Although Golden Axe,
I was just about to say. I
phenomenal.
was just about to say Genesis has Golden Axe.
and I think that is Genesis only other than arcade.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what I noticed. Genesis had a lot of arcade
Oh,
games.
Genesis has what's that fucking game called? Oh man.
They had Aladdin and Lion King, right?
Oh, the thing.
They
With,
had a Disney thing.
yeah, the thing with that is that there's 2 versions of Aladdin. There's a Super Nintendo version and a Genesis
Oh,
version.
okay.
I forget which one, but one of them sucks and one of them's
Really?
awesome because one of them you have a sword, but one of them you throw apples as a weapon, so it's way
No,
easier.
Both.
What do you mean both?
There's apples and swords in at least the one I played.
Oh, really? Maybe one of them doesn't have the apples. I'm not sure. One of them's real bad and one of them's real good. I can't remember the name of that. Gunstar Heroes. That's the game.
See, my
Genesis has Gunstar Heroes. That's one of my favorite
I
games.
think my friend Nathan's been trying to get me to play that game.
It's so good. If
Um,
you've ever played, it's made by Treasure, who makes all those games like Astro Boy, Omega Factor, and all those shooter games. It's just a really flashy, shooter. It's so much fun.
No, I've heard about that one. Haven't played it yet though.
Anyways,
No, that was fantastic.
that was what did I
Yeah.
say you got?
1.5.
1.5.
I won't-
So how are
lie.
the points looking? How far off are we?
Well, no, I mean,
We're.
I gave you a 2.
I'm not gonna say.
Well,
It'll
you
ruin
can,
it.
if you listen, you can do the math because we've said it.
Right. Yeah. But I'm not gonna say. It'll ruin it.
Okay.
Time for the final round.
So this is something I got to tell you guys. So, you can't really compare because I've done 3 and you've done 2.
Correct.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I can't take. You know what? Okay, so I see where this is going now. So this is really great.
What the podcast you're on?
No, like the game, because like you guys literally told me before I came on, think of 3 topics and we're gonna play a game.
To be fair,
be
we
fair,
called
we
you last night.
We definitely.
No, but you
explained
told
in
me.
detail.
No, you told me about the game.
Explained 100% of the rules, but
I gave you topics you couldn't talk about.
No, right, but you basically but now that we've gone through it and I know basically
got
what
an
we're doing,
idea?
I got an idea.
You can listen to our podcast.
You can totally listen to it. That'd be great. So can you guys talk for like a couple minutes? I'm gonna do a quick research.
oh,
Yeah, let's talk about
oh no,
this
Dash
microphone.
Rendar. Dash Rendar.
Well, I'll tell you. The game's right
I-
there.
So just hang on for 1 second.
Okay,
Let's talk about-
I hate the position we're in for this microphone.
Why? You don't like
I don't know.
being all cuddly?
No.
We're Thunder and Lightning are on one mic right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I've been looking at the audio files. Sorry in advance to anybody listening to this how in and out some of the quality is gonna be.
I'll try and fix it, and I'm gonna say
I'm
that.
coming back. Don't apologize to them. They don't need an apology.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna say, here I am right now saying I'll try and fix it. I'm probably not gonna be able to fix it. It'll be fine.
We're gonna do the best we can. This is episode 2. Give us money.
Are you?
Hey, I have an idea. Hey.
Oh, perfect.
Hey.
Oh, Matt.
Oh, I got a couple ideas.
Couple.
Okay,
Wait.
wait, hold on.
Only.
How
No, but I'm gonna tell you the first one because it's something I know a lot about.
Okay.
And if this is not
well, we don't get to pick.
Yeah.
no, but no, if it's not appropriate, like if you don't think it's gonna be like,
okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
like
Okay,
if it's not
yeah.
appropriate for the topic, like not.
I think it'll be fun. We talked about a car for
And-
like 20 minutes. I think it'll be fine.
And Ninja Sex Party,
The hit indie game.
the indie game that was a remake of the movie from the 80s. Nailed it though. So what do you guys know about whiskey? The drink. This
First
is
of all,
great.
so
No,
here's the thing.
This is great because I know Anthony doesn't drink.
Yeah, I would like to hear what Anthony has to say.
So you're on board with me on whiskey.
I would. I'm also gonna make a fool out of myself.
No, whiskey's really broad though. I can narrow it down.
Okay. Here's.
Can I say Scotch whiskey or
No, no,
American
no,
whiskey?
whiskey. No,
Keep
whiskey is
keep
no,
it-
no.
Keep it open.
The
'Cause I want you-
subject. The subject isn't the issue.
No.
It's the player. I know. I don't know if I've ever. I don't know when this podcast is going up. I don't know if people know this. I do not drink alcohol.
Which
it's
is
not that
why
I,
it's good.
It's
Because I
not-
knew
No,
that.
that was a good pick.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I don't drink it. I've chosen not to. So
I'm just trying to. I was trying to think of things I'm nerdy about, and I used
So
to
I
manage
think-
a liquor store, so I
think
know
for,
a lot.
I think for this one,
I want you to go.
no,
and
we're
then
gonna,
I'm gonna go.
yeah, we're gonna take turns. I'm gonna
Because
bullshit and he's
the
gonna.
first one, Chris did a lot of the actual information. This is what I noticed. In the second topic I chose, Anthony did a
Yeah.
lot of the actual information, and I was impressed with both of you.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm gonna.
All of a sudden, I'm the host, not the guest.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on.
Okay. Yeah.
was
What a
great.
lovely house you have.
Chris's house,
What a lovely Chris's house you have.
Chris's place.
Okay. Here's literally everything I know about the alcoholic beverage known as whiskey.
Yes, I can't wait.
It's okay. Alcohol, if you didn't know, has.
He's gonna do the same thing he did with cars.
He has like no, I'm not. This is me actually trying to say everything I know about whiskey because I
Okay,
know
good.
Chris is gonna do better.
Probably not by much.
Alcohol has like, and excuse my terminology, but it has like levels of like severity. Like it has levels of like alcoholism. Like that's not the right
Oh,
word.
there's levels
It's
of
got-
alcoholism.
It's
Like
got
It
like
has a proof.
one you need to drink every day, and one you need at least 18 drinks a day.
there's no what I'm trying.
levels
What
of
I'm describing
alcoholism.
is like there's some alcohol that like is easy to drink, and there's some alcohol that like
It's strong.
is
Some are stronger
strong.
than others.
Thank you. Some are stronger
That's a
than
good
others. That's what I
adjective.
was trying to say. Whiskey's one of the stronger. It's on the stronger side of things. If I am
You're telling me, man. I'm. We're having a
my-
conversation at a
here's
dinner?
Here's another fact I know about whiskey. My mother does not like whiskey. That is a fact.
That sounds like. Hold on though. I know we're on the same team, but that sounds like a fact about your mother.
I was just
not
gonna.
about whiskey.
I was just gonna say, in my personal opinion, if you drink alcohol or if you drink whiskey, there is a whiskey for everyone. I'm just gonna put that out there because I think if you drink alcohol, I can find a whiskey you will like.
It would be really weird if I went home and said, "Mom, you should try different whiskeys. There's a whiskey out there for everyone." She would probably faint because I don't.
I think your
Drink
mom
alcohol.
needs not be in this conversation
You don't want me to talk about my mom anymore?
because that's subjective. I don't know your mom.
Okay, no, fair enough. You
Talk
could,
about whiskey,
but
man.
I love whiskey.
You just said you didn't drink.
I love whiskey. It's so delicious,
Oh, he's
especially
selling it.
strawberry whiskey. It's Chris's turn.
Wow. That got so good at the end.
I was hoping he would sell it a little
I
more
want-
because he was starting to.
I want a strawberry whiskey.
Chris, let's talk about strawberry whiskey. I don't-
So here's
sell
the
it to
thing.
me.
All right, so see you next time, guys. I'm gonna peace out.
Bye, Anthony.
So here's the thing. I do drink. I enjoy mead.
Get drunk with Chris.
I enjoy rum. I enjoy White Russians or Caucasians if you're not into that whole brevity thing.
the dude.
I don't know that much about whiskey.
Okay.
It's distilled Oh God.
No, I mean you can give me facts, or even if you don't know about it, just lay it on me. Like
I know what sailor proof is. I
Oh.
know where the term comes from.
or Navy strength.
How's about this?
Yeah.
We get a full point if I can tell you what Navy strength or Navy proof means.
That's generally
That's not up to you. That's
that's-
up to Matt.
Well,
I'm
that-
asking. I'm asking.
No, you can ask a question. We're having a conversation.
I asked you last time if I answered this, could I get a whole
I
point?
thought that was like
No, I'm making a deal. I'm making
okay.
a deal.
Okay, no,
He's
I got
making
you. I
a
got you.
deal.
So are we okay with that deal? It's kind of similar to the last one too. I'll tell him a story about what I know about this, and if
Okay.
the story is accurate,
We actually did do that
yeah,
last
we
time.
did this last time. You don't have to say yes, but it's up to you.
So okay, so you tell me your story, and I will. I'll fill you in after.
Okay.
Sell it to me.
So back in the day, sailors were given rations of whiskey or alcohol, and they found it wasn't strong enough. So they worked on making a stronger whiskey or alcohol. I don't know exactly what it was. I'm just assuming it was whiskey. And the way they'd prove how strong it is they'd pour it over gunpowder, and if you could still light it, it was strong enough. And that is where the term sailor proof comes from.
You have anything else to add, or is that the end of your story?
I mean, God. No,
I
that's
mean-
it. That's it for the point. Strawberry whiskey.
So for the record, if anyone ever served me a strawberry whiskey, I might puke.
Oh,
But I will say, to not be a snob, drink what you like, how you like to drink it.
okay.
And if so, I'm gonna.
I also want to get into sake.
Sake is good, and I can talk to you about all kinds of alcohol because I worked at a liquor store, not because I'm an alcoholic. There's a difference. If that's the end of your story, I want to give you a point. I want to, but it's so much more in depth than that. I got to give you half a point.
All right.
A lot of it was subjective. You nailed the Navy proof thing,
Oh, well, we made a
But-
deal.
but it was rum.
No.
It was not whiskey they did that with.
No.
Yeah, and you love rum.
I know. You know, that's probably why I knew the story.
It was it was Navy proof or sailor strength or gunpowder proof they also call it.
Oh.
And so what they would do is the soldiers of the British Empire would get rations of rum.
That's why you were so like, I don't want to give you
I don't
this-
wanna give it to-
yeah,
because
because it's not about
It's
what we were
not
talking
about whiskey. They
Right.
ration
No,
rum
I get it now.
because
I get it.
and the officers on the ships actually drank cognac or brandy from France.
Okay.
Because they looked at rum as cheap, easily available, easily to produce.
Right.
And the British Empire, since they took over all the Caribbean islands where they grew lots of sugarcane, it was cheap to produce it and give it out to their
Right.
sailors. Now, in the 1970s, I mean, everything slowly went down and down and down. I forget the exact date, but there's a day that they kind of mourn, which was the last day that British sailors got their rum ration.
Oh, wow.
And it was in the 1970s.
That's insane.
They've been doing this since like the 1700s, which is kind of crazy. But you did nail it on the head because a lot of times sailors were complaining they weren't getting strong enough rum. They'd water it down so it would go farther.
Right.
So
So if this was about rum,
this was if you
I
said
would
it
have
was
nailed it.
if it was about rum, you would have got the point.
Okay,
But
that's
it-
fair.
But it wasn't. So I got to give you half a point because you know most of the story. I forget exactly what the proofage is, the percentage of alcohol, but it's
it's pretty strong.
it's
I've had
over-
it.
I think
it's
over,
insane.
It's over 50%.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty high up there. It's almost barrel strength, which is basically what it would be from the barrel, non-watered down.
right.
And it was a way for sailors to say that, okay, you're not screwing me out of my rum by putting a drop over some gunpowder, and if it lit, it was strong enough. I
Right.
think it's around 55%. Not sure of the exact. I can't look it up. No Google allowed. But no, that was really good. So
So I think he wins.
well, I mean, I could tell you more about whiskey, but we'd be here all night.
So
That's boring.
I have a confession. Well, first of all, during that whole whiskey thing, I was looking up tiers for Dragon Ball Z. Goku Black is up. Anyways, I have a confession. I think at some point I started taking down scores incorrectly, so we're gonna have a quick recap.
Yes.
So first we did Minish Cap, and we gave you
A point.
We gave you 8 point. Okay.
Yes.
And then the car, which we got 2 points.
I
right?
gave you 2 because Chris nailed
Right.
it.
Okay. So then we moved on to Ninja Sex Party. I
Yeah.
gave you a point and a half, right?
A point and a half, I think.
Okay. So then what was next for you? For us?
The last thing was Cool Spot.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, for me. For you was
Metro. What did
and
you give me for Metro?
I think I gave you a full
A full point,
point
right?
because you got the premise of the games, but you didn't know they were books.
Right. Got
and
it.
you missed a few details, but you still got the, you'd convince me at a party that you knew about Metro.
So then you did Cool Spot, and I gave you a point and a half, right? Because
Yep.
you didn't mention 7-Up, and then Chris just
And
got.
for whiskey,
You gave us a half.
I'll
a
give
point,
him a half
right?
a point because he got the
It's fair.
because he was talking more about rum.
Yeah.
But that also goes for whiskey. Like if it's over a certain percentage, you can light it. It's more of an alcohol thing rather than a specific
Right.
type.
No, I'm not debating I should have got more. That's fair.
I'm trying to be fair.
I'll be honest though. Strawberry whiskey does deserve a full point.
You're
That
talking talking to a whiskey drinker here, and no, it doesn't. I'm gonna tell you right now, it does not.
All
if
right.
you like it, good for you, but that is an abomination.
So, with that being said, I did in fact score correctly. That gives us 3.5 points,
Yay!
and that gives Matt 4 points.
Oh, man.
No.
So close.
So Matt, our first guest, is also the first winner because we tied last
man.
time.
I was trying to be fair. I wasn't saying that. Oh, thank you guys. To be fair, I wasn't keeping score. I didn't know how many points I needed to give you.
Right? Oh no, yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even.
Right, I
'cause
wasn't cheating.
I didn't do the math until
There was no collusion.
there was 100% zero collusion.
There was-
Although, what is that anyway?
I'm gonna-
There's a
cl-
little Kahlua.
There was a little Kahlua, but no collusion.
That's
Yeah.
an alcohol thing. I almost said drugs.
And guess what? It's in Chris's favorite drink,
Yeah. Which is
the White Russian.
yeah. Tell me everything you know about a White Russian.
White Russians were prominently featured in The Big Lebowski as the dude's signature
bonus
drink,
round,
Boney.
lightning round.
and it's made with vodka, milk, and Kahlua.
Yeah.
Boom. I
yeah.
think I got the
There's
point.
not much more you can.
You already
can
won.
say.
You don't get more points.
Doesn't hey? It's like Who's Line? Everything's made up, and the points don't matter.
But they do matter.
But I made up everything about Ninja Sex.
I wish you like
Diminish
in
cap.
this moment. I wish you weren't a lawyer so you could go make the Ninja Sex Party video game.
I'm not a lawyer yet. I got a couple more years of school and have
Well,
to pass
you know
the
what
bar.
you can
But
fall
you're
back
like
on.
I'm on my way.
You're too late into the game to switch it up and go into indie development.
I'm way too late in the game for that. But that'd be fun though. No, I'll take the rights to that. I'll collaborate with the guys. From what Game Grumps, the guys that do that actually are called Ninja Sex Party.
Yeah.
And we'll collaborate. We'll make a game and a film series. It'll be great.
Yeah, their names are Danny and Brian.
I'll-
I actually met the Game Grumps.
Oh man! Next time you meet them, I'll tell them to contact me. Well,
I'm not like.
I'll
wait,
write up a contract.
I didn't meet him at like I'm not planning like they're not my buds. I'm not planning on meeting them
Well, I don't
again.
know. I feel. I met Charles Martinet, which we talked about on the last
Woohoo!
episode. We both did. I feel like I'm.
Oh, we don't have
friends.
we don't have our picture up this time.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. We were last.
We're last time to pull back the curtain. Last time we were at my house. This time we're at Chris's house. So we don't have the picture of Charles Martinet up for inspiration.
It's
Yeah.
okay. See, that's why you guys lost.
Yeah, that
It's
might
a-
have been why we
it's
lost.
It's a picture of him going. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's clear. Like you look at it and you can hear that picture.
That's Mario. That's Mario.
Cool.
cool.
I did want to mention something that I forgot to mention at the top of the episode. Thank you. An addendum on last week's episode. I was right. It's Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my God.
It's Tyler.
this-
It's Tyler
He-
Durden with a D.
He texted me it the next day. I don't even know if I responded.
Does you say Quentin?
He
Yeah.
said Quentin. I said Quentin.
Quentin, okay.
He said Durgan. I said Durden.
Anthony. Gotcha.
And this is not like, this is not something I said, but I looked it up because we were debating it. In the credits, Edward Norton is credited as the narrator,
Yes, he
and
is. Fight Club.
whatever the fuck his name is, Brad Pitt is Tyler Durden.
Yes.
So, feel like I deserve more points from that. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God,
Jabba
get
the
out of
Hutt
here.
is accredited as himself in one of the Star Wars movies.
Is he really?
It's Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Is he? I didn't know that.
That they clearly hired a voice actor to voice
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt, but who knows? Who knows who they got because
Ooh.
he's Jabba the Hutt as himself in the credits. Anyways,
Well, we could have a Star Wars trivia night. I'd be down for that too.
yeah, that's we're gonna have to. We could. Never mind. We'll talk about that off air.
Off air.
So yeah, that definitely does it. Matt, thanks for coming.
No, thanks for
Matt.
having me. That was really
Thank you
fun.
for being our first of many guests.
That was really fun. I
And
like that game.
definitely this podcast definitely opens up the floor to returning guests. So not for a while, obviously, because we want a couple
yeah.
guests, but
No,
you
we
could
need a
definitely
rematch.
yeah.
The rematch, or just bring me
Rematch.
back to talk about Dash Rendar and Shadows of the Empire, because I could forever talk about that.
Yeah, cool. All right.
But no,
so,
thanks guys. It was fun.
Yeah, totally. So, if you want, you should, subscribe to our YouTube
I
channel.
thought you were talking to me.
No, I'm talking to the listeners.
Okay.
If you're not already, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Thunder and Lightning Gaming. Other than that, you should check out the other podcasts we have. I mean, it's all on the same channel, but yeah. Other than that, there's nothing really to. We don't know who's going to be on the next one, so there's no real stinger. But to set up for the next episode. But yeah, we're definitely doing more of these. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, I do not.
All right. And with that, how did we end it last time? I think we just
Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.